Silver stacking has one big weakness. Alongside all of the benefits that stacking can bring you, all of the fun and enjoyment that you can take from it, silver stacking has one glaring weakness. And if you're not careful, you could feel the pain that this weakness could cause. This video topic in particular is geared more so towards newer stackers, and it's just a reminder that it's important to stay calculated in our stacking journeys. So without further ado, let's talk about silver stacking's biggest weakness and how it can become a strength. Let's get into it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as we push hard for 6,000 subs. Silver stacking is my favorite method of savings. It gives me such peace of mind, and it gives me a wholesome, good feeling inside when I think about all of the money that I've worked so hard for being placed into silver and knowing that it's going to gradually appreciate over time. That fills me with a ton of joy. I can see my bank account statements, I can see my balances, and I've got money in several different places. Some of it's invested in the stock market, some of it is in precious metals, and some of it is in a emergency fund in fiat dollars. And sometimes I'll look at my fiat savings and it just gives me kind of a bad feeling because I know that it's just getting wrecked by inflation the longer that it's in there. But on the flip side of that coin, I know that I've got even more money put into silver and gold, and it's going to protect its own value over time. Managing finances is a very double-edged sword. It's money in and money out. But when it comes to silver and gold stacking, in my personal opinion, it is probably the best way to save. I'm very, very thankful for what I've been able to stack in such a short amount of time. It's only been about a year and a half, and I'm getting pretty close to my silver goals. I want to have enough silver to cover 4 months worth of emergency expenses with ease. And at this point, I think I'm probably only 30 or 40 ounces away from that goal. I'll backtrack on that. Maybe I'm about 50 or 60 ounces away from that goal. The pros of stacking far outweigh the cons. I think every silver and gold stacker is in agreement with that. But today I wanted to talk about silver and gold stacking's biggest weakness. In today's modern society, everything is all about instant gratification. Everybody wants the best cell phone coverage. Everybody wants the flashy cars. Everybody wants the big houses. Everybody wants the high-speed cell phone data and high-speed internet. Fashion is a very big deal. Everyone cares about how they look in front of others to an unhealthy degree, in my opinion. And everything moves very, very, very fast. Even with investments, cryptocurrency is the most popular type of investment for people under the age of 30 at this point, and everybody's just waiting on their moonshot to make them $1 million so they can retire early. And with silver stacking and gold stacking continuing to grow here in the West, and new stackers of a younger age discovering this beautiful way to save and preserve wealth, I think there's a few potholes that each of us new stackers can end up stepping in and spraining our ankle. New stackers that have gotten into this in the past year to 2 years have yet to have seen a stagnant market. I myself have seen gold go from 2,100 when I began stacking all the way up over 3,300 here in summer 2025. Us new stackers have yet to have seen a stagnant, boring, slow market. We haven't seen it yet. I don't think a stagnant market is going to come around anytime soon. I think the economy is very growth-centric right now. It's focused on growth and economic expansion, and all that is going to unfortunately come at the expense of the fiat dollar. So when the dollar inflates, metals are going to be pushed up as a result. But in the future, there will come a time, undoubtedly, that the metals move sideways. weakness. Gold stays within $100 spot price range for possibly years on end, and silver stays within a $4 or $5 price range for years on end. Those times could come tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit before things start to slow down. But even with this said, for new stackers now and new stackers in the future, it's very, very important to understand that this is not a meme stock. This is not GameStop that you're investing in. This is not a cryptocurrency that is going to increase 900% within 3 months. It's the opposite of that. Silver and gold stacking is stability. It's preservation, it's low risk, and in a world filled to the brim with constant radical changes financially, culturally, societally, it's my opinion that everyone would drastically benefit by purchasing metals. But in a stagnant market, silver and gold has a weakness, and that's going to be trying to buy directly for the purpose of short-term gain. Short-term gain is almost never going to happen when it comes to silver and gold. And some new stackers may not be entirely convinced of that. I mean, we've seen silver go from the low 20s up to testing $40 an ounce here in summer 2025, and we've seen gold appreciate $1,400, $1,500 in the past year and a half. So there may be some new stackers out there that aren't exactly mentally prepared for when things slow down. That's why I'm here to say that silver stacking and gold stacking's biggest weakness is you can't make a quick buck off of it 99% of the time. There have been several aggressive bull runs in the past for gold, but in between those bull runs, things move sideways. And I think a lot of new investors, especially younger stackers and younger investors, whenever they see something move sideways or maybe even lose a bit of value over the course of several months or several quarters of a year, they write it off as a weak investment or a weak form of savings. Everything is so fast-paced nowadays that if something doesn't immediately perform, a lot of the time younger people will steer away from that. Young people aren't investing as much in the S&P 500 each and every month and dollar cost averaging in as nearly as much as they are buying into crypto, hoping to see Bitcoin hit $5 trillion. And as a result, a lot of cryptocurrency investors have been burned. They've been left holding the bag. They FOMO'd in, they watched prices go to record highs, and then held on because of greed, and then prices crashed, and they're left holding all of this cryptocurrency they poured a ton of money into, only to have to wait several years for the next bull run. And I'm not hating on cryptocurrency at all. I own a decent amount of it, and I'm excited to liquidate it and put it into precious metals because I love the stability and security of them. But when it comes to regular investing, cryptocurrency investing, traditional stock and bond investing, it's all a bit different than silver stacking. Silver and gold stacking's biggest weakness is that it can run sideways for an extended period of time. And if you end up selling because you're not satisfied with the immediate price performance, number one, you're probably going to lose the extra money you paid on premiums, and you're going to lose money on the buy to sell spread. This is a long-term game. I've said it before and I'll say it again, stacking is a patient man's game. Even if you were to buy in the low $30 price range and sell at today's spot price of $38, you're gonna lose out on that dollar or two over spot you paid in premium, and you're gonna lose a bit potentially due to the buy to sell spread. A lot of shops, a lot of local coin shops aren't going to pay exact spot every single time. Sometimes they pay a little bit back of spot. And so you just have to be careful and understand as a new stacker, as a young saver, a young investor, that metals are not the same. They're not the same as stocks. They're not the same as cryptocurrencies. They're in a completely separate asset class. Metals are for security, they're for preservation, and they're for wealth growth over a significant amount of time. You're preserving your buying power whenever you buy an ounce of silver. You're preserving your buying power whenever you buy a piece of gold. And in my opinion, that's all that you should expect from it. You shouldn't expect affect anything else. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I personally look at it. Now, will you profit? Probably. You'll probably profit beyond the point of inflation. You'll preserve the wealth of your money and your hard work against inflation, and there is a very solid likelihood, history shows, that you're going to profit past that point as well. But I don't like to look at it like that. I don't set my bar that high. All I want out of silver and gold stacking is for it to preserve the money that I've worked so hard for. We're all paid in fiat dollars, and they won't stop printing it. They're going to keep printing it until it goes to absolute zero. It's lost 97% of its value in the past 80 years, and it's not going to stop. That's not going to change. So what I would like to do in the meantime, in regards to savings, is preserve my savings. I'm not buying silver to turn around and sell it in the next 6 months, hoping to make a 25, 30, 40, 50% profit on it. It's not the same as a lot of these stocks that we see. Take a look at an AI stock like Nvidia. It is up hundreds and hundreds of percent due to the advancement of AI. Now that's excellent. A lot of people made a ton of money on their investments, and I'm happy for them, but at the same time, AI is speculative. Will it be a common component of our day-to-day lives in the future? Absolutely, but ultimately, artificial intelligence is still a speculative investment. We don't know where AI is going. We have no idea. It's advancing so fast, and it's doing all different types of things. We don't know the exact implications of artificial intelligence on our society as of yet. So it is somewhat of a risky asset to invest in. There's tons of startup artificial intelligence companies. Sure, you could win big and make 10 to 1 on your money, or it could crash and burn and you can make none. And all of this could happen in an extremely short amount of time. I mean, you could really either go broke in it really quickly, or you could completely revolutionize your financial status in a very short amount of time with these risky stocks and risky cryptocurrencies. But silver and gold stacking is not the same thing. And I would really like for young stackers that are maybe, let's say, in their early 20s, or even the teenage stackers out there, to understand that things are gonna get stagnant eventually. It's going to get boring. It's not always fun. It does run sideways sometimes, and those times will come again. No matter what it is, in my personal opinion, if someone is trying to put money into something purely based on hype because it's popular, because everybody's talking about it at the time, that's probably not the best reason to invest a significant amount of your net worth into it. If something is genuine and has real value and is truly providing something either to society or providing you security in your own personal finances, those are the reasons why I would put my money into something. It's not always flashy, it's not always fun, and things can move sideways for a decent amount of time. And the last thing I want to see is young stackers kind of burning themselves by buying in to maybe some type of hype with the metals, or buying in and then turning around and selling, thinking that they're going to make a quick buck, when that is just not the case. But I did say earlier in the video that silver and gold's biggest weakness could actually become a strength, and that strength is it will teach you patience. It will teach you the value of buying in over time. It will teach you how to wait for that reward. It will teach you how to build up the discipline to continue stacking on a consistent basis over time, whether it's investing in the stock market every month or picking up several ounces of silver each paycheck. Silver and gold stacking will teach you patience and discipline, and those are two very, very, very good skills to have in life in general, not even talking financially, in anything in life. If you've got solid discipline and you're consistent and you're patient towards your goals, no matter what they are, you're gonna win eventually. The universe can only deny you for so long. Life is hard. It's hard to get the ball rolling. It's really hard right now to get the ball rolling, especially with how expensive everything is. But if you try, and fail, but continue to try and stay the course and stay the path and stay disciplined, be patient, don't give up if it doesn't happen tomorrow, the next day, or next year, and you keep working at it, whatever it is, you will win eventually. And that's what silver stacking and gold stacking has directly taught me. And that's why I think silver stacking's apparent biggest weakness actually ends up becoming a strength as long as you are clear-headed and you're going at stacking in the right direction. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a get-rich 2 or 3 years from now scheme. It's a long-term, decades-long game. And if you can stay consistent, you will be at a great spot in the future. In my personal opinion, not financial advice. I have to say that. If you are somebody who consistently stacked gold throughout the 90s and throughout the early 2000s, and you manage to stack up an ounce or two every single month for a couple of decades, you're in a excellent spot at this point here in 2025. I was looking at it the other day, back when gold was around $200 or $250 spot in the early 2000s. When you equate for inflation, $200 back in the early 2000s was worth about $350 today. So that was $350 worth of buying power back then at 200 bucks. So if that was me, if I was around back then, I would have been able to stack 2, 3, maybe even 4 ounces every single month for years on end. And I would be in an incredible spot here in 2025. But that's what the power of patience and discipline has done for a lot of stackers that have been doing this for decades. So in summary, silver and gold stacking's biggest weakness is it can run stagnant for a while. The buy to sell spread is very real, and premiums are something that are very real that you end up having to pay for if you intend on making a quick buck through stacking precious metals. But ultimately, for people that stay dedicated, stay persistent, and keep on their stacking goals, those are the people, those are the stackers that will truly reap the rewards of this beautiful hobby. Anyways, guys, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Stay safe, keep stacking. Peace.